yeah, I don't have a lot of time to get this finished now because my granddaughter's birthday is coming ahead like a steam train. I'm going to be doing something that I said I wasn't going to do, and I am going to do the horse's head today. I don't know how far I'm going to get in this, but my intention is to try and get this area done here, all in there. So we're going to have to see how far we can get. But yes, I finished off my my test, that 24-hour thing. My wife has taken it to the doctors, so that's all in. I'll tell you what was annoying. The receptionist actually said to my wife, there's no point in ringing anytime soon because the results of this will take a long while to come back. I mean, I get it. I understand it. Doesn't mean to say I have to be happy about it.
You look a bit parched. Why don't you
Why?
take a drink?
Thank you very much, Blue. Yeah. Right, take that cup off there. Right. So yeah, it's next weekend is my granddaughter's birthday. So, like I said, I don't have a huge amount of time to lament on this picture. I kind of need to get it done there. So, I may even have to start doing like I'll do this now this morning, and you never know, later on you might see me on again, just doing a bit more once my back feels a little bit better. So yeah, just when you think you've got all the time in the world, and then all of a sudden, no, you don't. It didn't help with my missus and my boy putting my hot toys in here, because I had to take a bit of time off for that because I couldn't come in the computer room. I should do the same. Keep water up. But yeah, you should do the same. Yeah. I'm trying to kick myself into a routine, right, where I drink the same amount of water every day, regardless of what else I drink. But the problem is that I don't know if it's just me being lazy. I don't know if it's just me not remembering or whatever. But like I get to like 8-9 o'clock at night, and it's like, oh no, I haven't really drunk a lot today. And it's because I never really feel thirsty. I don't know about you, but I just don't feel thirsty. And you know, everybody says like listen to your body. And I would just assume that, you know, if I was badly dehydrated or whatever, you know, my body would turn around and say, "Oi, you're thirsty, have something to drink." But I'm like a bloody camel. Like, I only went to the bathroom yesterday, right? And I know you probably don't want to hear about my bathroom habits, but I'm going to tell you anyway. But I only went to the bathroom yesterday 3 times. 3 times. And I didn't think anything of it. And my missus turned around and said to me, "What, you've only been to the bathroom 3 times today?" And I'm like, yeah, because that's kind of normal for me. Like, in actual fact, I thought that was a bit more than what I would normally go, you know? And she's like, "You know, that's not right." And I'm like, "No, I've been doing it my whole life." You know, sorry, I was unaware that was incorrect. It's all good fun. All right, 11. Some days they go every 20 minutes. It's ridiculous. Wow. No, I've always been the same. Like when I used to be a bus driver, right? Because it was the only job I could do with my disability, because there wasn't any real walking involved, and I could sit and drive because I can drive, you know. I would take a litre bottle of juice with me every day, right? And I'd drink that, and I'd do like a 10 to 12 hour shift. And obviously I'd have a coffee during that time as well, right? And I wouldn't go to the toilet until I'd come home. I just never, it never struck me as like wrong, you know, because I've been doing it forever. My missus kind of looked at me and say, like, you know, that's not normal, right? Okay, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, it's time for a new brush, I think, because this one is no bueno for fine detailing. Get in there. Come on. There we go. And obviously the horse's, the unicorn's head. I've got to stop calling it a horse. But obviously the unicorn's head is a focal point, so I have to make sure that that's covered up properly. So what you got planned for today, mate? You got anything on the agenda? My day's pretty much mapped out. I'd like to get this done. Well, not all of it, of course, but I'd like to get a lot of this done today. And then just see where I land later on, you know? Problem is I didn't go to bed till really late last night because I couldn't sleep. And I've just got that like residual tiredness and lethargicness you have working 17 and a half hours. Well, at least it's something to do. People seem to think, you know, like, oh, they hear the fact that I'm disabled and I'm at home all day long, and then all of a sudden, because I mentioned that I'm at home all day long, the disabled part seems to miraculously just disappear from their brain, and they're like, oh, you're so lucky. I'd love to be at home all day long. Now, don't get me wrong, it was nice, you know, not have to listen to the beep 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 in the morning of the alarm clock to get you up to go to work and whatever. And it was really nice, like, you know. But then just imagine sitting there all day long with nothing to do except anything that you can find to do. And then it's like, okay. And then once you've done everything that you found to do, like this kind of thing or whatever else, and then you're bored with it or you don't want to do it anymore, and then you just sit there doing nothing. Yeah, I hear you. It's, you know, it's like, it's just one of them grass is always greener on the other side type of things, you know? Don't know what I'm going to do about this brush because I've got some real fine work to do on this head. I think I'm just going to have to muddle through it as best as possible. Oh, but thank you for leaving that comment about my Spider-Man statue thing. I never thought I would like doing that kind of stuff. Actually, I'm going to digress for a sec. Let me Jay's 2 cents in there. So let me grab it and put it over here. All right. I can't believe that was me that painted that. Like, I was really impressed, and I don't know what you can actually see on the camera. I'm trying to sort of look now, but the colours, I made them myself, and you can't really see it, I suppose, properly. But I weathered it, and like the concrete that goes at the bottom there, they were colours that I made up from this, and the little highlights and stuff on it that I put on them to make it look better. I can't. I never thought I'd be good at that kind of stuff, and I keep looking at it, and it's like I did a really good job there. So it got me to thinking, about painting figurines. Now, I have to be honest, I'm kind of thinking that might have to happen. Now, I've started a colour over there, and I'm not sure if it's this one, so I'm only going to paint a little bit to see if it is or it isn't. No, it's not. Not that. In that case, then it's got to be this. What? This one, maybe? That seems a little light. Let's go for this one. I'm fairly sure it's this one. No, it's not that one either. It must have been that one. Used to be indecisive, now he's not so sure. All of this because I'm too lazy to pick up the to pick up the cheat sheet and look through it. There we go, gotcha. Right. There. The other reason why I'm doing the horse's head now is, as opposed to what I turned around and said, is that this is kind of a lot of me going to be constantly changing paint pots and stuff, so it's going to take a while to get this done. And I did want to save this till like the last knock-ins to do it, because I think this is the bit that's going to look really effective, but unfortunately I don't have the luxury of time. So we're just going to do what we've got to do. I've had a couple of private messages, like, oh, do the head of the unicorn, do the head of the unicorn. It keeps saying no, and now I've relented. I want to make a really narcissistic comment here, right? But this morning I woke up and tired as usual and whatever, and it popped up on my feed that my latest episode of Paint by Numbers was out, and I'd done it a while ago, obviously. And I was sitting there, and I not only listened to it. Do you watch ASMR at all? I don't, to be honest. I really don't. Yeah, so I was watching it this morning, and I tried to ignore the fact that it was me doing it, right? I tried to ignore the fact that it was me talking, and I knew what I was doing at the time or whatever. And I tried to watch it as if I was someone completely new and different. Now, I've been told a few times by you all, right? Primarily Mr. Pitbull and Furious, right, that I'm really relaxing to watch, and like my Paint by Numbers stuff is actually kind of nice background stuff, and they like listening to me talk no matter what the subject is that I say. And I've always sat back and I thought, no, you don't find me relaxing. I'm not that guy. And you know what? I actually sat back and just listened to myself through my headphones, and I watched the entire episode. And I have to be honest, not blowing my own trumpet here, I really enjoyed the episode. I really enjoyed like watching the painting being done, and like it didn't really matter what I was saying. It's kind of bizarre, right? I seem to adopt this voice or this attitude when I'm painting by numbers, which is unintentionally really relaxing. And I think it's because when I'm doing my paint by numbers, I am relaxed and I am enjoying what I'm doing, and it does come across. And I was, like I said, I'm not being a narcissist, but I was really happy with myself. I was really proud of myself that I managed to do that. And it kind of made me, well, it actually made me ring my wife and then thank her again for getting me to do paint by numbers, because it really helps. And you can hear and see the difference when I'm painting by numbers as to when I'm, you know, playing a game and stuff. It's like, to try and get you to understand what I mean, it's like it's Mark unfiltered. You know, I'm not sitting here and I'm not like, oh, you know, blah, blah, really jolly, hyper and active and whatever. I'm just a guy painting. I don't know, like maybe you lot already know that, you know, but it was a bit of an epiphany for me this morning. It was kind of weird. It made me smile as well. I went into a friend of mine's stream yesterday, Blue's Auntie. She's lovely. If you haven't checked her out, please go and do so. She's really nice. Now, I think that Blue's Auntie is very, very pretty, right? I think she has a pretty face. I think she has a gorgeous figure, right? And I also think that she's a really genuinely lovely person, right? So, to me, people like that, my auntie. Yeah, exactly. To me, I never associate those type of people with depression, you know, or having bad day. I mean, of course, everybody has bad days, but I never really associate people like that, because it's like, you know, you don't really have the usual triggers for depression, if that makes any sense to anybody. I don't exactly know the right way of putting it, but I went into a stream yesterday and she never had a webcam on. And she's got a cold, bless her, right? But then she was just saying to me, she said, Mark, I'm having a day like you do. I'm like, what do you mean, day like I do? And she said, I just don't feel good today. I'm not in a good place. I feel a bit down, and I can't handle putting the camera on. And I felt awful for her, you know, because it's like, wow, if it's bringing someone like you down, what chance do the rest of us have? So I was in her stream being completely inappropriate, double entendres left, right and centre. And I made her laugh. And she was like, you could tell that after I'd left that she was in a much better mood. And it just got me to thinking again that I'm just going to keep banging on about it, you know. Make sure you look after your friends and make sure you look after other people. Like, I've never met the girl. And, you know, odds are I probably never will. But that doesn't mean to say that you can't affect someone's life. you know, in a positive way. And sometimes all you've got to do is just be there. And it was kind of nice yesterday to be able to. She even turned around and said, like, that's the first laugh I've had in a long while, and that she appreciated it, and it was just nice, you know. And what I'm trying to say is, I suppose, is that you can help somebody in the most unobvious ways. I just went in there and I was just me, and I was cracking jokes and just, you know, having a laugh with her, and it made her feel better. My point is that not everything you do to help somebody has to cost you anything. Just a little bit of time and caring. That was it. Hey, Xenomorph, how you doing, beautiful? It's nice to see you again, as always. Oh, did I just put my... Yeah, I did. Fuck. What are you up to today, darling? Some of these blues, all right, have almost the same shade in them. It's really weird until you look back at it and you realise that, yeah, it actually is a different coloured blue. Been alright myself, moved stores at work, and now store manager from the one I left is under investigation. Ooh. Under investigation. Do you mind me asking what for? I like a bit of juicy deets. This is a completely private conversation. Nobody will ever find out. I don't have a clue at the moment. I know at some point they wanted me to do a witness statement. Bloody hell. Well, that's got to be serious. Do you think it was something to do with sexual harassment? Possibly. Because if you don't know the circumstances around it, I guess he was pretty... Really? Wow. Well... A lot of things, to be fair. Wow. But you know what, right? Like, I muck about and I do double entendres all the time, right? I am an incredibly flirty person. But if somebody was to turn around and say to me, you're making me feel uncomfortable, I'd stop straight away. You know, because I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. But there are some people out there that just don't care, do they? Me and Mark flirt all the time. Yeah, exactly. That's what makes me... That's also another thing that makes me kind of different from anybody else, right? You all know that I'm happily married, and I am a straight guy, right? But does that mean that I can't sit there and muck about and flirt with a guy? You know, just because you know that's kind of frowned upon? Well, I don't believe it is. I don't believe it is. You know, I have the utmost respect for anybody who is gay that actually has the courage, right, to be able to go up to somebody else. No, yeah, no, but that has the gay to go has Russell was just reading it again. That has the courage to go up to somebody, not knowing their sexual orientation, right, and telling them that they really like them, right? Now, most people usually react quite negatively when somebody turns around and says that. I never have. I've never reacted negatively, because in my mind, right, I remember how nerve-wracking it was to go up to a girl and ask her if she'd go out with you, or if she'd, if she'd be your girlfriend or whatever else. And I can't imagine how hard it is for somebody who doesn't know, especially in this day and age, or maybe not this day and age so much as what it used to be, right? But then to just be hurt just because you've taken that leap of faith, like wondering whether or not that this person feels the same way about you. And I couldn't do that to somebody because of the courage it took for them to ask. Nobody ever really considers the other side of the coin. Oh, what's this? Thing is, you can pick up certain vibes from other people and enjoying bantering, but when it comes from somebody you don't consider a friend or an acquaintance that never speaks to you, and then go, "Ha, I see your undies." Wow, the animal print. Not that I was looking. Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, that's really not right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get you completely there. I don't know. I've always looked at it as the world's bad enough on its own without us lot contributing towards it. That's the way I look at it. That's certainly not a comment I would make to a co-worker. No, absolutely not. Especially a subordinate as well. That's, I mean, I say some outrageous stuff to women and whatever else, like women most of the time, that I'd probably deserve a slap for it, but because I do it in such an obvious joking way, right, and because it's so loud and not lewd, I don't do it in behind closed doors or in private or whatever else. Everybody just laughs because they just know that I'm doing it as a joke. But yeah, there's a time and a place for everything, I guess, and that is not the time nor the place. He was sexist and a little racist, homophobic, micromanaging people, talking down to them, being totally not fair. Right, okay, yeah. We call that type of person a twat. Like he's like the security guard at the gate that thinks he's the CEO of the company. Well, let's just hope that if he's done something that he shouldn't have done, they find him guilty of it and he has to suffer the consequences, So there could be a few things. The vet team call him a certain German leader. Yes, I do you know what? I was going to reference that myself and then realised I probably shouldn't. But yeah, I know exactly who you mean. Yeah. I knew this head was going to be a pain because all of the colours are really light and they don't really want to cover up the black numbers or the lines properly. But I've got a damn Frank Water Stein.